Today we're going to be talking about self-talk and how this creates your reality, and you're going to want to stay tuned to the end because I'm going to give you a hack that's going to completely change your life for manifesting. Self-talk creates your reality. How much time are you taking to understand what you say to yourself matters? Because your self-talk creates reality. You know, I'll find myself trying to create something or do something, and I'm always criticizing myself. Now, that could be my personal experience. Maybe I was criticized a lot for certain things in my upbringing, or, who I surrounded myself with in my environment, as I grew up. For you, if you're positively self-talking to yourself, your life must be pretty amazing and things must go pretty smoothly for you, and you must be creating really amazing things in your life. And if you're not, we need to self-evaluate, our self-talk a little bit more. It matters. Like, you're an amazing human being with such power and potential to do whatever you want. Like, what you desire desires you too, or else you wouldn't feel it. It wouldn't come to you in the sense of a feeling. It wouldn't come to you in the sense of a vision. It wouldn't come to you if it didn't vibrationally already exist. Because there is another world that we can't really see with our senses. Like, our senses plug us into 3D reality. This is how we vibrationally interpretate life, is through our senses. But there is another whole world beyond these senses and this dimension. I'm talking about the quantum field. I'm talking about when you can close your eyes and imagine something and you're feeling really great about it. You're in the quantum, and you can be creating things negatively by just worrying, because worrying is just creating something you don't want to happen. And that's why worrying is one of the worst things we can do for ourselves, but we think it's like a way to prepare us. If I figure out the worst case scenario, is what I used to do, and worry about everything. I don't know if you do that. This is what's causing angst in you. Okay, angst is you not being in alignment with the non-physical part of you, the part that lives in that other dimension, but is always here with you in this timeline. And it communicates and it guides you through your emotions. I'm talking about your inner guidance system. I mention that a lot because your inner guidance system is what's going to help you become the best conscious creator that you can be, because it's your compass. If I wanted to travel the world and I didn't have a map, I didn't have an idea where I was going, it's going to be a struggle to get to a certain destination that I want to, just guessing on how to get there. But when you use navigation, when you use a compass, when you use a map, you still have to do the work, but you know where you're going. Right? And so your internal guidance system can do that for you. And your internal guidance system kicks on every time your self-talk is negative, because it doesn't feel good. So your inner guidance is working, indicating you that what you're doing right now, your point of attraction, is in a direction that's going to give you more of that self-talk you're feeding yourself. Now, I'm not saying to go into the mirror and say all these things you don't believe. I'm amazing. I'm great. I'm the greatest of all. Unless you truly, truly light up by doing that, then fuck yeah, go do that, please, right? But a lot of the time, it's just like, you might just be doing it because, and you feel silly about doing it. Then it's just counterproductive. Because again, it's all about your energy. And when you're negatively self-talking to yourself, you're in a very low vibration. So be aware. Get some more self-awareness. Now, do this through meditation. If you're not actively meditating, you're missing out on strengthening your inner power. Yeah, you are so powerful. If you're not used to utilizing it, it takes a little bit of practice. Now with meditation, what you're doing is you're quieting the noise of the outside. Like, I don't want you to be conscious of every single thought you have. That would be completely exhausting. I want you just to be aware when you start feeling like shit. And then begin to ask yourself, it's probably because what I'm saying to myself, internal talk, the story I'm playing in my mind, what I'm worrying about. That's your indication to change your direction, to change your focal point. Okay? And I get it. It can be a little bit getting used to in the beginning. But the more you do it, the more you practice it, the easier it becomes with anything. So I really highly encourage you to grab my Ascension workbook if you have not done so already, and begin the meditation practices that are in there. Or go online, buy a book, do whatever you need to do that resonates with you. You know, one thing might not resonate with you, but the other might. So gravitate toward what works with you. Because if it doesn't work with you, you're not going to do it. You're not going to stay consistent. You're not going to see a result. You're going to be in the same place you are right now. If you don't take the time to really identify what's going on with you energetically and to figure out how to start embodying the energy that you want to be, that you want to attract, then it's going to be very hard for you to get a different result. Because where you're at right now, there's something that you want different about your scenario. Maybe it's about your lifestyle, maybe it's something personal with your body, maybe it's something to do spiritually inside of you. Whatever it is. Maybe it's that relationship. Maybe it's that job. Whatever it is, something needs to change within you. Okay? And without you identifying where you are at energetically, and again, what it is you really want to embody energetically to attract is the key. So how much time are you spending going inward? You know, I get it. Life's got a hold of you. Things are happening. I don't have time. You can do it anywhere, anytime. And stop telling yourself you don't have enough time, because then you're always racing against the clock. Okay? I've noticed this since I quit my job, which was February of 2022. Okay. What is it? It's December 2023. Okay. So since I quit my job, almost going on 2 years, time, I'm telling you, it's not like I have somewhere to be right now or have to get to a certain destination every day like I used to. You know, doing what I do now, yes, I have a lot of things going on, but I'm doing the same thing almost every day in different ways. And I noticed when I feel like I'm rushing, when I feel like I don't have enough time, the day beats me up. I'll look at the clock, I'm like, how is it that time already? I never have enough time. I never have enough time. That's even self-talk as well, telling yourself you never have enough time. And then now you're always racing. Now you're always behind. Now you're always this. Okay? This is just a pattern that happened to me. But I've also had other patterns where I feel like I can get so much done. I'll look at the clock and only a half an hour went by. How did I do all of that and it's not even like 10 a.m. yet? Wow. And so when I'm in a rush for time, I remember a time where time was endless. I had enough time to get it all done. an abundance of time, right? So these are things that you need to watch out for. Have that clicking moment. Like, okay, this is happening to me because I've been activating it. Every thought you've ever had, think of it of like a marble in a bag. So you got your bag of marbles with you, right? And anytime I go into that bag and take out certain marbles, I'm activating those thoughts. I don't need to. I can put them back in there. Every thought we've ever thought exists. It doesn't go somewhere. It exists. And you can reactivate that. That's why I don't choose to do this, but I could go back and think about the worst time in my life. And then I start reactivating those emotions and those feelings. And I'm taking those marbles out of the bag and I'm playing with them. So what marbles do you want to play with? You want to play with some good memories, some good times, even if it's not a memory, even if it's something you're imagining. Because again, your body does not know the difference between what's actually happening and something you're imagining. If your ego wants to kick in and tell you you're delusional and you're stupid, it's just imagination, wake up, face reality, then you got a lot of negative energy going on, some low vibrations going on, and there's a pattern there. Because your ego is that self-talk, and I'm not saying it's the worst thing. We need it to be in this realm, to be in this, reality. But you don't want to let that run your life. So I highly recommend picking up some meditation practice. You're telling me you don't have 5 minutes or even 2 minutes. I'm going to tell you what's going to change your life, and you're going to do this every fucking morning. If you want your life to be different, if you want your day to feel good, and you want your life to change in a positive way. By all means, do not look at your phone first thing in the morning. I know maybe you have an alarm, your alarm goes off. What I recommend, if that doesn't work for you, if you don't have that self-diligence to not go into the app, to not look at the text, to not open up the email, then don't use your phone as an alarm. Get something else to alert you. And on top of your phone, when you go to reach for it, put a book and a pen there. Put a piece of paper and a pen there. I want you to set your intention for the day. I don't want you to wake up and start consuming other people's energy and consuming comparisons of you comparing yourself to other people and how things are showing up. Because that's what's going to happen every time you do that. And now you're starting your day off in somebody else's energy. And an energy that's maybe something you don't want to be in. So why would you do that? Because it's habit. It's habit. Well, let's break the habit. Let's create a new habit. A habit that's going to serve you. Okay? So don't look at the phone. Even if you don't want a pen and paper there, what I want you to do is wake up, not look at the phone, and I want you to embrace a good feeling. I want you to imagine something good. I want to feel really good today. I want to feel really confident in what I do today. I want today to be joyful. I want to feel laughter today. Tell yourself those things. Imagine those things. Spend at least 2 minutes. If you can dedicate actually 5-10 minutes to this, your life will change so much more drastically than the 2 minutes. But the 2 minutes is so much more helpful than none at all. And then just consuming random energy by looking through your phone and scrolling and consuming. Don't do that. And guess what? I'm the type that I've done where I didn't look at my phone for X amount of months. And then I went back to the habit of looking at my phone every morning for X amount of months or so. The comparison, the difference, okay? As I've done the studies myself, and anybody will tell you, don't do it. So try it. Practice it for 1 week. Practice it for 3 days. Make it your goal that from now until next episode that you see me on YouTube or listen on Spotify or Apple, that you make it your job that you want to spend these next 3 days or a week, which I would highly recommend, that you don't do that. And you set your intention for the day. If you're having trouble identifying what could be good an intention to set, then I'll give you one thing. This is going to be hard for you because you want to maybe use your phone for this, but I want you to reach out to me and I will send you something that you can listen to on YouTube in the morning that's about 10 minutes long. That's going to prime you for an amazing intentional day. Okay? But you have to be careful, because if you open that YouTube app and you see something, it's gonna trigger you. So maybe I'll make it a file so you don't even have to go to YouTube, okay? And you can just play it. This way, you don't have to worry about thinking it. You can just listen to it and bask in that positive flow. And then go ahead and start your day. Okay? And then after some time passes, I usually wait about at least half an hour, but I recommend an hour before you grab that phone. I know. I can hear the thoughts in your head right now telling you why that's going to be really challenging for you. But again, every time that's happening, that's just your beliefs about what is right now that you have patterned within you coming up, because your body is like a machine. It wants to stay the same. You got this program. So it's like, hey, you can't go off the program. You come back here and look at that phone every morning because this is the program you have going on. No, instead of that running you tell it no. And you create the new atmosphere. Okay? And then eventually your body's going to adapt to it. And then it's going to be your new program. And so self-talk has everything to do with that. Okay? You have to start talking to yourself as you would talk to a friend coming to you, asking you for help and advice on something. You wouldn't tell them you're stupid, you're not smart enough, you're incapable of this, you're just not good enough at this. You wouldn't say those things to them. I need you to start speaking to yourself like you would speak to a friend coming to you. And even if it's still blunt, it's still nicer. You wouldn't call your friend a fucking idiot. Excuse my language. But sometimes I call myself a fucking idiot. I'm so fucking stupid. And then I catch myself. I'm like, see? That, like, don't do that. That is just so counterproductive for your health, the energy that surrounds your body, what you're allowing in, and what you're attracting to yourself. So let's be more conscious of that from now until next week. And do that thing in the morning. Don't look at your phone. Don't consume random energy. You cultivate the energy, okay? Because you're the creator. Don't allow your surroundings and things around you to create for you, especially when it's not doing you any good. If it was doing you amazing things, go for it. But if it's not, you want to be the conscious creator. You want to create the atmosphere for you, okay? And just know, if you fuck up, it's okay. You're going to do it better the next time. That's it. You just try harder the next time. You do that 1% better the next day. Don't worry about messing it up. But you'll notice a difference. I'll give it 2 days and you'll notice a difference. And it's hard, because sometimes I even still feel like I grab for my phone. You'll see me grab for my phone. I'm like, no, it's such a habit. And so just have a challenge with it. Challenge yourself not to do that and to create the energy for your day, because this is what's creating your reality every single day. So from now until next week, make this your practice. It's going to make a difference. You're going to be like, wow, yeah, it's a little hard to get used to, but I noticed it. And so make that your challenge to practice that. And I'd love for you to reach out to me and let me know how that actually changed your day by doing that. And I can't thank you enough for tuning in and listening. So if anything's resonated with you in this video, I'd love to hear about it. Let me know in the comments. And if you've not yet subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you're not going to miss a future episode, because I'm going to get really in depth with how you manifest anything you've ever wanted. And make sure you visit the free resources I have available below this podcast or below this video that you're watching, because I put my heart and soul into this information for you. So make sure you utilize the free resources that I have for you below. Much love. Until next episode.
Did you like this episode? If so, make sure to subscribe to the podcast. Are you an expert at creating your own reality? Do you have a story to tell that drastically changed your life? If so, message me at Dream Creation Podcast on Instagram, and don't forget to leave a review.